What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you to a brand new Let's Play. As we usher in the new year, 2025, which is just crazy to say out loud, I'm looking ahead towards spring at the moment because around then is when the 14th anniversary of this channel is going to happen. And that is a crazy long time. But I don't want to dwell on that number in particular. I'm just highlighting it because I actually want to bring you guys all the way back to the beginning, because I'm sure almost everybody watching this does not remember those days as well as I do. I mean, at least as far as this channel is concerned. When I got started with this whole YouTube thing, I was inspired and pretty much just influenced by a lot of the same Let's Players who were doing a lot of the same things. Back then, Nintendo games were really all that got the spotlight as far as Let's Players were concerned. Like, you'd get the occasional Xbox 360 thing and PS3 thing, but they were very far and few between. Nintendo Let's Plays were what was in, and I wanted in. So I decided for my first several games that I was going to cover, it was going to be Wii games and GameCube games and Game Boy Advance games, and mostly just games that were in series that I had a lot of affinity towards. So specifically, Pokemon and Mario. My first ever Let's Play I did was a blind Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team Let's Play. I updated that last year. My second Let's Play was Super Mario Sunshine. I actually updated that several years ago, but I'm still content with how that Let's Play turned out. And my third Let's Play ever, if you can believe it, and don't believe the lie on my channel that says it's Shadow of the Colossus, no, it was actually Super Mario Galaxy. I did not finish that Let's Play. I almost finished it, but I ended up scrapping it right towards the end and redoing it about a year later, and that is the version that still sits on this channel. Even that version is 12 years old, and I have made a habit of going back to all of my oldest games, the games that were recorded on vastly inferior hardware, and I've been going back and updating those. But more than that, I also want to continue something that I left off all those years ago, because originally I had the intention of going through every single 3D Mario game. I did Sunshine first, obviously, and then Galaxy, and Galaxy 2 actually came in the form of a live stream, which you can still find the VOD on this channel. It's terrible, don't watch it. And then I finally got around to Super Mario 64 several years after that, but I've never looked at 3D Land, 3D World, Bowser's Fury, Mario Odyssey, etc. And so I want to get back to all of that stuff. I want to give Galaxy 2 a proper Let's Play, and I, again, want to update Super Mario Galaxy, so we're starting with that one today. Let's jump right on into this thing. I got a promise to keep, and I've already got a file made here, which is going to be this one right here. It's completely empty, but I already made it ahead of time, so let's just jump right on in and do it. Every 100 years, a comet appears in the skies above the Mushroom Kingdom. The comet was so large one year, it filled the skies and sent countless shooting stars raining down. The Toads brought the shooting stars to the castle, where they became a great power star. It should have been a very happy time for the citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom. That was the night of the Star Festival, held once every 100 years to celebrate the comet.
Dear Mario, I'll be waiting for you at the castle on the night of the Star Festival. There's something I'd like to give you. From Peach.
I mean, can you really blame the guy for being so excited after getting a letter like that? I certainly can't. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's do this thing, and I am going to have to really get used to using the gyro controls to pick up star bits. It's definitely foreign to me. Okay, so Mario is back in all his glory, but, well, I should say all his glory. He's missing some of his glory. He can jump, he can double jump, he can triple jump, he can long jump, and he can also backflip, but that's pretty much it as far as everything is concerned. He doesn't really have a method of attacking. There's no punching, there's no weird breakdance thing from Mario 64, none of that stuff. No, he just pretty much has the ability to jump around. He's back to being his old jump man, I suppose. And we're going to have to, I guess, use this to save the world, but it doesn't seem like the world needs saving just yet. But possibly I'll be proven wrong. Yeah, what'd you think was going to happen? Of course, we knew Bowser was going to crash this entire thing, but oh my gosh, everything's terrible. We're going. Come on, Mario, we got to get up there. I'm sure we're not getting that present or gift or whatever, but we got to get to... I love Peach's, like, 3x font, all caps scream. We're coming, princess, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Finally, you're awake. Let's play. Let's play indeed. All right, let's start this thing. Okay, so in case it wasn't immediately obvious, I am playing the Switch port of this game. It's a port. Let's be honest. It's just a port. I'm going to tell you right now, if you think that this is the best way to play this game, you are sorely mistaken. It is not. The best way to play this game is on a Wii by far, especially if you can get Dolphin and then emulate it with native upscaling, then yeah, it's just a way better way to play this game. The only reason I'm doing this is because frankly, it's the most accessible version for me to play right now, and on top of that, I kind of don't want to be holding a Wii remote for this entire playthrough, mainly due to the way my setup is right now. It's just a little bit hard for me to find the space to make all of that work, so I am going to be playing on the Switch version for this version, but on Galaxy 2, I will definitely be switching to the Wii version, especially because that's the only way you can actually play that game. Let's play hide and seek. If you catch all of us, we'll tell you all about where you are. All right, so let's track these little guys down. So these buddies are going to be hiding all over the planet just as a way of pretty much just getting used to the controls. Hop in the pipes, look in the craters, look in the grass. You get the drill here. It's very, very simple. Now, to be completely frank here, the Mario version of this game is the easy mode, and the Luigi version of this game is hard mode. I had every intention of doing a Let's Play of the Luigi version, but given the circumstances and just kind of the nature of the way that this Let's Play has turned out, and also just my schedule and everything else that I was trying to do, it just didn't really make a lot of sense for me to end up doing the Luigi playthrough, especially after so many years of not doing not only this Let's Play, but not actually playing this game. I don't think I've touched this game besides like the day that 3D All-Stars came out. I think since 2015. It's been a very long time since I've actually done a full playthrough of this game, so even I need a little bit of a refresher here. So I am going to be making this as easy on myself as I possibly can. All of that said, this will be a 100% playthrough, so you can bet on that. We're going to be getting every single star in the game. No exceptions, I promise. I mean, unless you count getting all the stars as Mario and Luigi as the no exceptions part, in which case there is one gigantic exception. But yeah, all the stars that we could possibly get as Mario will be gotten in this game. So, with all of that, let's head on up. Let's go talk to, was it Mama? You say Mama? We're going to go talk to Mama. That looks like Mama right there. Hey, girl. You know, I never noticed the fact that you could actually see her, like, shoes underneath her dress. I always figured they just didn't even bother to animate the legs. Or model the legs, I guess. I've been watching you from here. This place is called the Gateway to the Starry Sky. My name is Rosalina. I watch over and protect the cosmos. To save your special one, you'll need the power to travel through space. Luma can give you this power. I will entrust you with his care. And I'm guessing, what's going to happen here? Did he go down his shirt? I'm assuming he went down his shirt. But we have now been granted the ability to spin, shake, or also sprint by pressing the button, which is honestly the main reason I wanted to play the Switch version, is so I can hit a button to spin. Oh my goodness. So with that newfound power, we can now go after Grand Stars, and we're going to want to get one of those to get this whole adventure started. Now, this being a weekly upload, obviously these episodes are going to be a bit longer, which is why you see that this video is 30 to 35 minutes long. I'm going to try to keep that cadence throughout the entire Let's Play, so hopefully that's not too crazy for any of you guys, but yeah, I feel like it's only fair given that it's pretty much being uploaded at the same cadence as like 2 of the other Let's Plays in a given week. So, let's talk about the spin for a second. The spin has multiple uses, actually. It seems like a very basic ability, but it's actually really nice. One of the things it can be used for is for extending jumps, like you can spin and then continue to go a little bit further forward as you jump. Another thing it's good for is you can combine it into a ground pound to actually do a homing ground pound like so. In case you're having a hard time getting yourself right over top of an enemy. It's also an attack on its own. Now, on certain enemies, it'll just turn them into coins, but in others, it will actually knock them around so you can kick them to turn them into star bits. And the last thing that it is actually good for is, well, obviously activating Sling Stars and is it Grand Stars? Launch Stars, thank you. That's the word I was trying to think of. Now, there is one caveat to the effectiveness of the spin. You can't spam the ability. It's not that good. In fact, every time you use it, if you notice, Luma pops out of Mario's cap and then drops back in. After I've spun, until he drops back into Mario, I can't use the spin again. So that is pretty much the limiter on how often you can use it. This is also to prevent you from spamming it in midair, so you can't use it as an option to like make it across gaps really easy or anything. It's just meant to sort of supplement things, and they actually won't even let you spin a second time no matter how long you're in the air anyway, because Luma will not go back into Mario's cap until you've touched your feet on the ground. Get me out of here. One of those enemies should have the key. You can shake or press Y. Yeah, okay. You don't need to remind me every single time on how to spin. Now, these guys right here are not actually Goombas. I forget what they're actually called, like Gloombas or something like that. This is an actual Goomba right here, and I'm going to give him a good kick, which is going to turn him into a key. Under normal circumstances, if he wasn't holding a specific item, he would just blast into star bits as opposed to a coin. So if you want to decide what you want to get out of the enemies, because honestly, you don't need coins all that often, especially when your health is only 3 in this game. So you're probably going to be actually interested in star bits more, especially because 50 of them gives you an extra life. So now we're going to continue, and this time we got a big Goomba up here. Now to take care of him is incredibly simple. Just walk up to one of these, and the shockwave from that is going to knock him over and give him a kick. Also, I love how that looked like that impaled him. That was incredible. All right, so that Luma is over a pipe, which gives us a very good idea of where we're supposed to go. However, I also need to be collecting star bits, too, because they are going to be very helpful in the adventure ahead. Excuse me, sir. That's right, you're not going to turn into them anyway. Actually, hold on. I'm going to turn you into more, because I think I can get enough star bits here to get myself a 1-up once I go down the pipe. All right. Hurry, down here. All right, I'm following. I'm going. I know where to go. You guys are just leading me by the hand and feet and overalls at this point. We've been waiting for you. Okay, that's not ominous at all. That's a Grand Star. We have to save it. They're using the Grand Star to power that awful machine. It looks like it's making something. But what exactly? We have to do something before the Grand Star's power is drained. Quick, find a way to stop that terrible machine. It looks like it's making a sun. That is my guess, is that it's a sun. So, like I said, I'm going to try to get some more star bits out of some of these Goombas down here. Ah! That was dumb. I walked right. That's the only thing down there that can actually hurt you, and I walked right into it. So we obviously need to flip all of these switches to blue. There are 4 around the perimeter here. So I'm going to get those first, and then all the rest are right next to the machine. Let me get this Goomba here really quickly. Take him out and get a few more, and now we can step on all these other ones. There is our last Goomba. So this is the one that's going to give me an extra life here. We're getting those early. Boom, look at that. Awesome. Already got ourselves a 1-up this early on in the game. And I think Luma stopped me there. I was wondering why. I was talking to somebody again when I was pretty sure I was done with all that. I also was already hitting the switches, so why tell me? Ooh, shiny. Shall we touch it? Let's touch it. You got a Grand Star, the first of only a few, actually, that we're going to be getting throughout this game. But it's kind of a monumental occasion for a couple of reasons. Now, I don't know what this is that we're flying around. I mean, I do, but it looks ominous, doesn't it? Well, it won't be so ominous anymore once we turn the lights on. Sometimes I like to just listen to the soundtrack go. This is still, to this day, one of the greatest soundtracks ever made. It really is. It's so just iconic and inspiring and wistful even. Wonderful, wonderful soundtrack. But okay, a few things have happened there. We'll get an explanation here in a second. The beacon is lit again. It shines weakly. Maybe only as bright as a Class 6 star, but at least the poor Lumas will survive now. Oh, thank you for saving the Grand Star. These star people are my family. They mean so much to me. Welcome to the Comet Observatory. It's my home, and also home to the Lumas. You see, we travel the starry skies. We pass by this area once every 100 years, but we suddenly stopped in front of this planet. A strange force had latched onto our ship, pulling away star bits and our power source, power stars. Our ship had lost power, so it entered a deep hibernation state in which it could not move. Those who took your special one picked up the power stars and discovered the power to cross the universe. Please, I have a request. This observatory uses star power to project images of the galaxies that are scattered across space, and there is a chance we can use our few remaining stars to look for other power stars. These round rooms are called domes. We observe galaxies from domes such as these, but the only one that is working now, powered by the star power you restored, is this one, the terrace. Please go to the terrace and try to recover the power stars from the galaxies you can see from there. If we do that, we'll be able to restore the Comet Observatory's ability to fly like a starship. Then perhaps we can pursue the thieves who ran off with the power stars. Not even a nod, Mario? You're just going to stare at her? I mean, she is very pretty. I get it, but that's a little bit awkward. I mean, maybe the man just freezes up in the face of pretty women, which, I could see that. Even though he knows Peach as well as he does, I can see that Mario does that. So, welcome to the hub area, everybody, the Comet Observatory. Like she said, we need to get star power to power up all of the other domes. You can actually see one off in the distance over there to the top left of the screen, and there are others that are not currently lit up just yet. But right now, our only option is this one, the terrace, so let's head on inside. Welcome. This dome acts as an eye of the observatory. From here, we can gaze upon distant galaxies. Once this Luma transforms into a pole star, he will guide you to those faraway galaxies. Just point at the pole star and press A. If you lose it, press R. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's a lot of it over-explaining. I remember in the Wii version, it was literally just point at it and press A. All right, so I'm just going to do that. And pole stars are actually very, very important to certain gameplay mechanics we're going to be dealing with later, so do remember that. These are the galaxies that can be observed from the dome. The number represents their distance from the observatory. The bigger the number, the greater the distance. The more power stars you find, the farther you'll be able to travel. And it looks like the only one we'll be able to go to is the one with the giant 1 on it. Good day, Galaxy. Let's do this thing. Yes, it's undeniable. We're detecting power star energy patterns in the nearest galaxy, but I must warn you that the evil energy readings are off the chart. What evil energy? Do you have an evil energy mometer something? How do you tell what any of that is? That makes no sense. All right, off we go. I want whatever this thing is. I want to be able to take an evil energy reading thing to work, and I want to see if that thing pops up so I can find out if some of my coworkers are evil. Which, knowing just how the average person is, I wouldn't be surprised if it ticks 1 or 2. All right, to the good egg galaxy. I just want that information. Okay, that's all. And as soon as we land, Ah, what an impression this game immediately makes with that soundtrack. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so I'm going to bounce on these guys really quickly because I'm going to need space to perform a triple jump here if I want to get up onto this house so we can actually access our very first bonus area. These are all over the game, and you're going to want to go after these because they don't only give you like star bits and whatnot, but they also give you extra lives and various other things. So we're going to touch this coin. And by the way, those yellow things that are on the wall right there, all you have to do is shoot a star bit at one of those, and it will turn into a coin should you ever need it. They're going to be all across the game as well in random various locations, but that's what the point of those are. There we go. All right, and I believe this one up is going to go right towards us, so I'm just going to kind of jump right up there and just grab it, and back through the pipe we go. So let's do this thing. All right, there's all manner of star bits we could dawdle around and grab, but I'm actually going to not bother with any of that stuff. They'll just kind of pop up in the grass. Every time you see anything sparkling, you know, hey, there's star bits to be found here. You just got to rustle them up a little bit, either with your pointer or with, well, just by walking through them with Mario. I am going to go grab this chunk over here, though, because, I mean, it's still nice to grab these things, especially if you can get them in large quantities. They can be very useful. But obviously, the fact that I'm not using an actual pointer for this is going to make things a little bit more difficult on my end. I'm going to have to be a bit more careful with where I'm keeping my pointer at as I grab all of these things. So let's just grab a few more of those. This is, I believe, the pipe that's going to just take us back to the other side, and that orange pipe takes us back down to the bonus room. I don't know how I didn't step on his head there. That was very strange. Here, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Very odd. Okay, so we got a star up there. I think this guy's going to turn into a sling star, but I'm pretty sure if I time this just right, yep, I can go straight into it without even making him transform. And off to the peanut planet we go. I mean, it's a peanut. Look at this thing. It's a peanut. I mean, unless you want to get, like, really messed up with it, but it's a peanut. Come on. Okay, so these boulders can actually be destroyed. You just have to be standing in the right spot when they move around like that. You got to make sure that your spin hits the red spot right there, but you can get a ton of star bits out of these guys, which is awesome. There's other ways to destroy them a little bit later. Oh, I was in a bad spot there. Here, I'm going to go right about here and see if I can. I don't know if I like that. Oh, I missed that one. Okay, well, at least I'm going to get pushed into the coin, right? Right? Okay, no, I'll just take that. Oh, I can't move. What? Dude. Okay, that time the controls just straight up betrayed me. I was trying to turn around, and then he was like, no, I'm going to continue to go in a circle. I actually distinctly remember this being a problem specifically with the All-Stars version of this game. So if that continues to be a trend, this might actually end up being a little bit of a problem. Okay, I'm going to try to destroy at least one more of these things so I can get myself some more star bits. And let's just get the heck out of here. Okay. I'm also not like trying to collect a certain amount right now because we're not in a mission that demands that just yet. Also, hi guys. So those guys will just latch onto you and slowly start to suck your health away if you let them. So you just make sure you shake them off a little bit. I am going to land on this piranha plant here, and that is going to spawn a little vine. And all we have to do is spin on this thing until it flings us to the next area. Okay, more of these guys. I'm not too worried about them. Here, I think I can get one more. Now, Mario's fists like grow like super huge when you do that too, so that also kind of helps. But you don't also need to do that. You can also just do this, and that'll also knock out those stones. So you can kind of farm star bits this way. This is a great level to just farm lives. Is any of this necessary though? No, not at all. And wow, I can't believe I missed that. None of this is necessary because this game is really not that hard. It really isn't. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. You don't need a ton of lives to get through this game until you're getting to like some of the hardest content in the game, which is usually like some of the comet stars, but even then they're not too bad. All right. That's one way to take care of him. The other thing you can do is bait him into doing a little slam with his face, which will, then you could just jump on his head after the fact, but he still only takes one hit despite how big he might appear to be. Now, this guy right here that is walking around invisibly, that is a Starbits bag. So we're going to take him out so we can get a bunch of star bits. He gave us, I think, 20 there, so not bad at all. I'm going to just hop on you. You have to be kind of careful with these guys because the hitbox on their attack is actually pretty tall vertically as well, and they can totally hit you even as you're coming down and about to land on their head, as long as they're in the middle of the animation. So let's grab all those. And now, the final planet, the egg planet. By the way, this is so cute. Look at him go. Hold on, I don't want to wake him up yet. Just a second. I have an opportunity to grab a few more of these. I mean, don't worry. At some point, these would all be broken anyway, but I love this little part. It's so cute. All right, wake him up. All right, Mario, you ready to commit infanticide? Because that's exactly what's about to happen right here. All right, so we're facing the baby Dino Piranha. All we have to do, run around to his tail, give it a smack. It hits him in the head. This is absolute just horrible. This is so horrible. Mario, you're a monster. I can't believe you. Hit him again. Oh, he's not happy. And he's spitting out star bits everywhere. And there we go. That's the fight. Just 3 times, as is the case in pretty much any Mario game. Or what do you say we collect our Power Star, huh? I say we should. Get used to hearing that music a lot because it's going to happen every single time. I mean, no different than the Sunshine music, too. And honestly, the Mario 64 music, but at least that one's a little bit shorter. There we go. We got ourselves our first Power Star. That's technically 2 because the Grand Star also counts toward that count. And I am actually... yeah, I'll save. Why not? Why not? I was thinking maybe... Should I have a dupe save? I don't know. Those are star bits. To Lumas, they are the tastiest, most delectable treats imaginable. Aim your thing at the screen and point. Yeah, we know how this works already. You have some shoot them by aiming with the thing and pressing the thing and the thing and the thing. So yeah, you can actually shoot star bits at things, although I would say this is not useful in any case except for where the game absolutely requires it. So I'm going to shoot these at him, and he's going to enjoy all of those. All right, you good, buddy? Tasty. Let's call those little morsels my fee for this lesson. You can also shoot them at enemies or feed them to a hungry Luma. Shooting them at enemies, yeah, I would say just don't ever do it. It's really not worth your time, honestly, ever. Really, the only time it actually has a value is when you're playing this game, quote-unquote, 2-player, and there's a second person with a remote that can do that, but they can also just straight up hold enemies for you, which is a lot stronger. Okay, on to the next one, a snack of cosmic proportions, and this is where we're going to need to really focus on getting star bits. Because he just mentioned hungry Lumas, right? Well, that guy right there is in the market for a lot of star bits, so we're going to want to make sure that we get some. So let's get to it. Now, we're going to be taking a little bit of a different path this time, so let's grab all of these that we can. And I'm going to try to grab as many as I can out here on this first area as we kind of go through here. Now, this top side, not really the best place for doing this, but still going to grab myself a few. This right here, you ever see a arrangement of stones like that? You can spin in it, and that is always going to give you a bunch of star bits. In fact, it's going to give you 8. Exactly. That is a coin. That is not what I wanted. Now, I'm not going to go back down the pipe again because that didn't really give me star bits anyway. It just gave me a 1-up, and that's not what I'm here for. So I'm going to grab all of these right here. And you're going to notice that there is a blue Luma over there. That is going to be necessary here in a bit because that's actually the way we're going. We're not going up top again this time. So we'll grab a few more of these, a few more of those, and then I think we'll get everything out of this box, and then I should be satisfied with everything that I need. All right, now just a coin in there. That's fine. Oh, there's a few more. Why not? Oh, I just missed him. Oh, okay, there we go. Woo, that was close. Very, very close. All right, 74 is pretty good just for leaving the first planet. Got a hungry friend up ahead. You don't mind sharing your snacks, do you? Head forward using the blue, blah, 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 the blah, blah, blah. What's dude? There's too much tutorialing. You can stop now. All right, so pull stars, same as before. We're just going to yank ourselves into them. Now, you can actually preserve your momentum and fly on past them, which is another important trick for a little bit later, so keep that in mind. We're going to get a whole lot more star bits here as well, and they are going to come in handy for what's ahead. These spiky things right here, they can actually be destroyed, so what we have to do is just kind of, well, step up next to them. There's Goomba right here. He seems to be in an interesting spot. I'm actually just going to hop on his head because they don't really net me a ton of star bits anyway, but yeah, we can get a few out of there. Get some out of these crystals. All the star bits. Look at all this. This is wonderful. I'm trying to get to 100 exactly because that feels like that's a pretty round number for all of this. We got ourselves the launch star right there. If I can actually freaking hit this thing, you can absolutely use these. What? Why is that not hitting it? Okay. I'm trying not to get like too close to it because they can like rebound back if you miss your target and absolutely whack you in the face. So there we go. It's very strange hitbox on those things. But yeah, you can use those to take out any other enemy. It just is not really easy to do if I'm being honest. There we go. Now, You can use this launch star to actually go straight to the Hungry Luma if you feel like you have enough, but you can proceed on to the next planet if you want to skip it to continue getting the stars that you need. Now, there is a way back from this planet, which hilariously, this is the only one that's actually the egg planet, which I find very funny. But if you feel like you don't have enough, let's talk to this guy. What does he want? Hey, you. Yeah, you got a taste of Starbits. If you feed me a bunch, I'll burst with snacky happiness. I need 100 Starbits to curb their hunger pain. So if you didn't have enough up to this point, that next planet with all of the rolling boulders would obviously net you a ton as well. So you can continue getting them there, and you should probably be fine. This is if you didn't farm that first planet like I kind of did. Said I'm stuffed. Here we go. Transform. And the biggest cosmic fart in the entire world results in a planet. Awesome. They don't always result in planets. Sometimes they just result in these launch stars, but we will take it. Okay, so I imagine this is the way to go. Is this Carmen right here? I do believe it is. Although she doesn't really have any fruit in the hat, but whatever. Okay, so Mario also has access to a side flip, which is actually a little bit easier to use kind of spontaneously as opposed to the backflip, so we can kind of skip our way up this thing pretty easily, honestly. And if you use wall jumping to your advantage as well, if I can actually do this right, there we go, you can get up even higher. So look at how much of that we just skipped. Didn't have to deal with a single enemy on my way there. Now this part right here, first of all, Mario, how are your legs not instantly broken from that? My goodness, do you have any idea how hard glass actually is? I mean, I know this stuff is thick. Like, when glass is, like, extremely thick, it's honestly, like, more bulletproof than any other material in the world. It's so freaking resistant. It's only because we make glass specifically thin, and also because it's extremely expensive to make glass super thick, that it's not, like, considered one of the most resilient materials in the world. All right. Let's see. I'm going to try to... So we want to avoid the down arrow part, because that's the part that's going to send us back to the beginning, and I'm also going to take a hit because I'm not paying attention. And then down here we go. All right, so there is a 1-up over there. I would actually like to get that, but it is obviously a little risky if I'm not careful, so let's grab that. And I can actually get up here as well. Get myself... There's just a few things over here, not really anything that I absolutely need, but whatever. We'll take it, I guess. And now... let's just go right here and into where the launch star is. And somehow, even though Mario wasn't able to break through the glass the first time, that time he broke right through it with his face. Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, so I could probably just long jump to this, but you're supposed to build a pole star. I'm going to try long jumping to this, though. I got it. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you're supposed to build a series of pole stars that allow you to get to it even easier, but I'd rather just take the long jump. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. Thank you all so very much for watching. In the next episode, we're going to continue making our way through the terrace, now exclusively focused on this dome. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to the end, or at least very close to it, because, yeah, we're not going to be leaving a dome until we are done with it. That's the plan, anyway. At least, you know, not counting... What are they called? Friggin' the comments and all that other stuff. All the challenge comments that are going to pop up a little bit later, because they're obviously going to make us backtrack. But I digress. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I'll see you all in the next one.